welcome back to your favorite father and son duo with the Do Not Disturb podcast. What's happening, Pops?
What up, dope?
What's good, D?
Hey.
Hey, so first and foremost, man, hey, we have a special guest with us today. Man, my sister, my other best friend, my dad's daughter, his one and only. We got DiAsia Rogers in the building tonight for our ladies. Woo, DiAsia, it's so. Hey, man, it's good to see you, baby girl.
Good to see y'all too.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, hey, man, let's get it started. And first and foremost, my sister is from Detroit. If y'all didn't know, just like her father, I'm the lone wolf from Savannah, Georgia. Yeah, you see it. Big D's.
That's right. That's right. Period.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And we all got on black, man. And this was not planned. I promise you all. But yeah, let's jump right into it. So, DiAsia, man, we got a question for you.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. As a woman, as a lady, can you give us an explanation on what it is you look for in a man?
What it is I look for in a man. All right. So you know that saying, like everybody say, you kind of look for a man like what your father is and stuff like that, right? Especially if it was a good man. And as we've all seen in the podcast, my pops was a good man. Okay. So how I seen growing up, how I seen my pops, that's what I look for in a man. So for me, you got to be cool, calm, and collected. I'm a very outgoing person. I'm a social butterfly. So for me, I need you to either match that energy or just be okay with me, be like my piece in a sense. I need someone to kind of mellow me back.
Yeah.
Two, you have to be open-minded. I don't like the whole one close track mind type thing. So you have to have an open mind and be willing to learn something new or just see a different insight about something. Because we may have different views about stuff, but as long as you can hear what I'm saying and take that and then take it with respect, then I'm okay with that. We don't have to agree with everything, but just be willing to listen. You can't be a bum. You can't be a bum. My pops wasn't no bum. My brother ain't no bum.
Yeah.
I'm not a bum. So like we have to be, I guess I would say, equally yoked. But I understand, he may make more bread and that's cool, or he may not make as much bread. But as long as you can bring, I hate that word, you say something to the table. But as long as you can provide and you show that you are a provider, and not just monetarily, but you can also lead the household. You can lead me in a conversation. You can lead me spiritually and into other things too to make myself better. That's what I look for. And then, yeah, you got to be good looking and the bedroom and stuff like that too. You got if it ain't there in the bedroom either, then
right. Straight up.
I can't. Because people,
I got some nasty
gonna find
ass
it somewhere else. So,
hey, y'all both Scorpios. Both y'all Scorpios. So what you expect, Dad?
No, I'm Libra.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Libra. Oh, I apologize.
I'm a Libra.
Well, how you be acting? I thought you was a Scorpio.
How would you be acting?
In that bedroom. So Pops, man, what you got to say about that, man?
Hey, what I got to say is I got some nasty ass children.
At least I left it for last though. Like I left that part for last.
That's good. I like that was good, DH. That was a man, that was a good answer, especially since we had to have this going on. So because we wanted somebody to be able to relate to what the ladies aspect of it. But that was a great answer, DH. And that means you're looking for a perfect man. Or not a perfect man, but at least something similar or close to, like you say, a provider. Something similar to like your brother say, gotta have that cheddar. But at the same time, you gotta be able to intellectual and spiritual, you gotta be able to meet what you say, what you want. That's good, man. That's a damn good answer.
That was.
Thank you.
I must admit that was a good Rogers answer. I like
that. That's right. That's how we do.
Yeah,
so D, I kind of want you to expound on something because this is actually one question that I had for Dad before, but never asked it, right? So,
okay.
Why do you look for a leader in a man and a provider in a man? Because a lot of times nowadays that can be misconstrued as a man being, narcissistic or, being too controlling. But do you see it that way? How do you see it?
I don't see it that way. And I feel like a lot of people, when they hear, they're gonna like, they bring like, the Bible into it. It's like, oh, well, the man's supposed to lead the household. Once again, that's just how I grew up. Dad was a leader in the house. Like him and mom, they worked together, but dad was the leader. He made sure like the house we had everything we needed. So once again, I feel like it's kind of like how you were brought up and how you view men and everything like that. And like I said, that's how I saw it. So that's how I want to be treated. So I feel like, yes, a man should lead because at the end of the day, I feel like it's in you guys' nature as well that y'all are leaders and that y'all have to lead. So
Mm-hmm.
why hold y'all back as men from doing what y'all supposed to do?
Mm.
Some men, yeah, may take it too far and be like, okay, I'm supposed to do this, rah, rah, rah. But and some women nowadays feel like yeah, some men are just trying to overtake them and not they don't want to like to not be heard and stuff. But I feel like yeah, a man is supposed to lead, and I want that. I want a man to lead, and I will be either beside him, well not be right beside, I will be beside him or slightly behind him. But I mean, at the end of the day, no, a man is supposed to lead. It's in y'all guys' nature,
Mm. Dang.
and I want to feel protected.
That's
If
right.
something pop off, I want to make sure I be protected. If something pop off, or like see, even in the household, I make sure that if I'm short and if I'm down, that the man is leading and he's gonna be able to carry the house if something ever happened to me, God forbid.
Mm. Mm.
Okay. Well, damn.
And
If that's not just what we said on the dang on podcast, I don't know what it was.
right, right, right. Hey man,
Man,
y'all boys get out there and lead, man.
No, for real.
So do you think like nowadays, man, a lot of men have the feminine aspects about themselves that make them less of leaders?
Not from guys I've seen and or dealt with, but I see what you mean. I think so, but and I may get the backlash from the women, but I really don't care. But it's the woman's fault.
Mm.
It's a lot of these women's fault out here because they try to demasculize them. They try to take that away from them. They
Mm.
can't do this, they can't do that. And if they do something, if it's too masculine, the woman always gonna have something to say.
Right.
So it's like, well, now I can't do this because if I do, she got something to say. But now if I don't do it, I'm a I'm a punk.
Mm.
So it's not fair because I feel like a lot of the women put that on the man. And that's why we got a lot of punks out here these days.
Wow. Wow. So I got a question for
wow.
Dad, man. So DiAsia really gave you your props, and she explained how the way that you were in the house helps her, you know, look for men nowadays. So Pops, how do you feel like your leadership abilities in the household? How do you feel that that translated over time into your children, especially DiAsia with her being a female? How do you feel like that translated for you?
Um, well, that was a good question, son. To me, as a father, man, I really feel that we all have other things that we feel that we could have did better.
Mm,
But I feel that overall, I think my leadership ability and what I set for, I think it shows in my children. I really do, especially in the answer that Deja just gave.
mm,
It really shows because I'm pretty sure that that's an answer that I was expecting, but a lot of women probably wouldn't give it that way because if they didn't have that upbringing, or if they wasn't raised that way, or didn't have that male in their background in their life, they wouldn't look at it that way. They'll have that aspect of like they just said, like don't want to let the man lead, don't want to let us put feet forward because they're not used to that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, and with that being said, I think my tendencies show in my children, and that was a good answer from DeAsia. That was man, that was well, unfortunately, the two questions I asked my children, that's all I can say is, man, that was a good answer. Like I just be lost for words, man, because it just goes to show that what we say is what's showing inside me my children.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not basically just spitting from the ground up. We're showing you facts, and now it's being shown right now. So I'm just proud. I think that I did. I think me and your mom and I both did a great job. I think that's a good answer.
Mm-hmm.
right, right. And I like the fact that you put mom into it. Mom is not, in this chat with us right now, but we all know the part that she played in this family. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that she still plays in this family because
Right.
without her, it's no telling where we will all be at. So with that being said, Pops, do you feel like that you always had that leadership mentality when it was coming to your family, or did you feel like at sometimes like it was like, man, I might be failing, or I'm not doing as well, or I can do better? Like, did you ever get like those thoughts leading a household? Because that can be tough.
Yeah, there was there were some occasions where your pops just felt like I wouldn't I wouldn't say the right man for the job, but like sometimes, man, we just get man as a man, we just we put ourselves down, man. We get down on ourselves when things don't work out the way we want. I wouldn't
Hmm.
say we put too much pressure on ourselves because I mean we're as a man, we're supposed to do that. But there's been times where I felt weak. I
Mm.
felt like I wasn't setting forth the right example, and that's hard for a man to admit, but there's been times where I felt that way. I felt like I just wasn't doing enough sometimes too as well. Um, and that's it's just hurtful for a man to sometimes feel like they're not doing what all that they're supposed to do. But again, hindsight being 2020, hearing from what my children's saying right now, it all worked out to the well, I think,
Hmm.
Lord is God is good, I must say.
That's right. That's right,
Mm.
man. Yeah, man. I
But
believe and me and DiAsia truly feel like you and mom did a great job, you know.
Indeed. Indeed.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like nothing that we would want to change. And speaking from a man's perspective, I can only imagine like the battles that you had to face, which I know women have to face their battles too as well. But just coming from a man, like I feel those battles that you had to face. And I feel like you did a great job. So with that being said, DeAsia, I can feel the
Hmm.
battles that Pops felt,
Hmm.
being a leader of a household. Though I'm not in that position, I can just kind of see. And I have my
Yeah.
son now, but I'm not home, you know, until 2 months from now. So
Yeah.
how do you feel like the battles for a woman would be like in mom's position?
Battle for women. I feel like I said, just having that sense of security, like just and physically being there. Like, when Pops went overseas and stuff like that and everything like that. I feel like just that battle of having that physical security of having somebody there, I feel like that can play a role, especially when you're so used to having it.
Mm,
Granted, like we lived in a great neighborhood. No, I'm not gonna say nothing. Well, nothing ever did happen, but not to say that nothing wouldn't happen. But you never know what can happen. Like I said, so having that physical security, I feel like that is a battle there too. And then having two kids. Granted, at this point, we were young adults, teenagers. I was what, like 16.
right.
So, just making sure that, your kids can go here, can go there. Like at this point, we was driving, going out, we have events, sporting and stuff like that. So just making sure that, mom is at multiple places trying to fit work and have her personal life good too, make sure that me and you was good and everything. I also feel like that's a battle too, and being stretched too thin,
Mm,
probably, and stuff like that. And then just of course having that companion there. Like I said, when you're used to having somebody and then all of a sudden like they're just not there and you can't get to them as much as you could be, like that sense, I guess, separation anxiety or whatever, I feel like that could play a part too. Like I say, when you're used to being with somebody and y'all been with each other for a long time. I
right.
mean, y'all with each other for years. So then once that happened, you went overseas, it was just like, dang, well, I, you're not used to it. So I feel like that can also play a toll too. That's a hard battle as well.
That's a good question, man. Like, especially coming from someone, who's not a mother at the moment, just to be able to see what a mother is going through. That's a great
Hmm.
question. So, before we wrap this segment up, man, Pops, so just hearing, especially your daughter speak about this now, you know, I know you said that you feel good about it and things of that nature, but give us your last input on like how this makes you feel, knowing that your daughter is saying like, man, my pops was a leader and that she looks for those same type of men in her relationships.
that makes me feel good, man. That makes me feel like that me as a man, as a father. and then your mom as a woman. I think we set some good values. That's what that tells me, and it actually makes me feel good. I'm proud to hear that coming from my daughter as well, because now that's out there in the clear that just two children, one of each sex, and they pretty much give the same the answer. So I feel good. I feel guilty on a lot of aspects, like I said, man, because when the father's not there for me anyway, like it just it's kind of it hits you kind of sometimes because you just wish that a man want to be perfect or as much as he can be. So it just that kind of hits you a little bit, but all in all, man, I'm proud and I'm happy to hear what my children have to say. And you guys, you're presented well, and I like that. It goes to show that you guys are educated, and that's a good thing.
Period.
You're not
Yes,
just
sir.
out here with the gold grill in your mouth, even though you have one. You
Hey.
still educated. Holla at your
Hey.
boy David. Shout out to old David over there.
Hey, man. Hey, just because you got a grill don't mean you can't be educated.
Tis true. Tis true. Tis very true.
Hey, but guess who took me to get my first one?
And guess who got in trouble?
It
Guess who got in
probably
trouble?
was that other hood over there on the other video.
Shoot.
Yeah.
I had snuck him in the car to go get that doggone grill, knowing he wasn't supposed to have that thing.
See, now that's the kind of stuff that I wish I was at home, because I'd have been digging in both of y'all asses during that time. You can believe that. Yeah, boy.
Hey.
It wouldn't have been no tattoos in the navel. It wouldn't have been no we ain't calling no name. It would have been, yeah. But that's okay. I'm glad I missed out on all that stuff.
Hey.
I was 18 though. Was I 16?
Yeah, I wasn't at home. I know that.
One of them. One of them.
Hey, David, I just got a picture in the text. I'm like, damn.
Like, what?
I done went home and I done left with, boy, look at here. But I'm proud now. I'm proud. That's cool.
Hey, that's good, man. That's good. Man, this feels so good.
9 tattoos later.
Right, not right. Girl, tat it up.
9 tattoos later.
Everybody
3, 4 piercings later. Yeah.
It's funny. Like I went overseas and came back and I had tattoos everywhere. Yeah, my kids were like, "Oh man, that's cool, pop." Now I look at them. Everybody got tattoos, piercings.
1, 2.
I should stay my ass in Savannah. I wouldn't even have a problem.
Hey, see, that's what happened when you a leader. You see what you put out there for us?
Now everybody tatted up.
Yeah,
tatted up. I need another one actually. Shoot.
Oh, I'm a sinner. I'm sorry.
It's okay, man. It's okay. We all born that way. So with that being said, man, we're gonna wrap this up, man. It feels so good to be with my family right now. My father and my sister, moms, we love you. So, man, make sure you all like and subscribe. And this is just the first segment. Man, we coming back at y'all with another one, man. And we're gonna holler.